Let's get headlines for the 3 o'clock hour here. Clay Ferrero is going to join us. He just landed in New York. We'll get his take on the Panthers-Rangers series. Here are your 3 o'clock headlines with Alejandro Solana.
You're driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford, we know truck. Somebody is getting a tour of the studio, and Jimmy sits in the on-air studio. So some guy is just waving to Jimmy and just videotaping him right now.
Oh, he thinks it's me.
I mean,
He thinks it's me.
Put your wrist down. You're embarrassing.
Yeah, no, wave your wrist brace.
Put your wrist under the table.
Wave your wrist brace. Yeah, there it is.
Got a wrist brace.
It's actually my cousin.
It's probably HR. I think I'm facing some sort of workman's comp claim.
Jimmy, get a cast or nothing. That wrist brace is embarrassing everybody.
Wrist brace.
Wrist brace?
Wrist brace.
Wrist brace. Mm-hmm. You got it.
I missed an R. Jimmy, take it off.
No.
There you go, Jimmy.
Look at you.
Was that really your cousin?
For real, yeah.
You can go out and say hello.
Does he know you're a hypochondriac?
He's not a hypochondriac. He's got pain. He's got pain.
Nothing wrong with his wrist.
You can't say that. You're not a doctor.
Always. My feet hurt.
Jimmy, you could have told us your cousin was coming. Like, we would have set
I didn't know he was coming.
What?
I didn't know.
Randomly at the radio station, your cousin just walked by?
Yeah.
He don't want to talk to you because you got that wrist brace on.
You know what talk is on? He knows I'm working.
You can go out there and say hello.
Yeah, I was going to do that now.
All right.
Okay. These headlines are driven by the
story doesn't add up, does it? No, I'm not gonna dig deep, but it doesn't add up.
He's gonna go. I guess he's gonna go right now.
He left.
Because that would be very random to be at work and your cousin just walks by and waves to you.
I mean, like, how would he not know that his family member was going to be at his place of work?
Because he has a wrist.
We don't have a lot of visitors.
No, there's nobody here.
Right.
Dan Day must be working a deal with Jimmy's family or something.
No, it's not with Jimmy's family. Dan Day's just running tours. He runs tours of Wrigley Field. Did you just lose your tooth?
No.
Did you just lose your tooth again?
I can spit it out now.
I saw him lose his tooth, Solana.
And I can put it back in. Now I've had control of it.
Was that intentional?
Yeah.
Solana, I happened to glance at the video monitor and I saw a big black hole in his smile.
I can click it out with my tongue and click it back in with my tongue. I'm mastering this tooth thing.
This doesn't add up either, like Jimmy's cousin. This is odd.
Why don't you just get your tooth fixed?
I got it fixed.
Well,
and
you
it didn't work.
because I just saw it out of your mouth.
And it didn't work. They cemented it, and the cement fell. I can literally take it out, put it back in.
Well, I just saw it happen.
Is it out?
Now I got to be locked in the rest of the show.
Something is going on, man.
It's out, it's in. Jack.
I'm at a loss here. Because if you go back and look at that, Solana, I don't think he meant for his tooth to come out.
I didn't mean to talk because I took it out and I was going to just mess with it. And then you asked me a question, I talked, and I was like, oh, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got to click this thing back in. I look ridiculous.
I don't know. We'll do some digging.
Yeah. Or we'll just piss him off. It'll fly out on its own.
I'm not going to yell today. That little brace on Jimmy's wrist is going to piss me off. There's a good chance the tooth flies out.
Well, listen, your argument isn't going to hold much water if your tooth flies out again.
Nothing's wrong with his wrist.
You have any updates on the Cavender twins, Crowder? Any thoughts?
Are you trying to bait him now?
Yeah.
You want to be wrestlers.
This was a big story earlier this afternoon. The Athletic reported, and now it's been reported by several outlets, that prosecutors in Louisville dropped all charges against Scotty Scheffler, dating back to that May 17th arrest prior to the PGA Championships.
They should have.
Marcos texting in, this is the most fragile show in radio history. It really is. We should name this show Brundlefly because pieces just fall off. Just falls off. None of mine, by the way, unless you include hair.
Hawk.
Unless you include hair, all my body parts are hanging on.
Day.
What's that?
You just got sick.
I took a day. You missed yesterday. Solana missed 3 days.
You were sick. I haven't been
you
sick.
were traveling.
Last time I was sick, 2007.
Oh, stop it.
2000. Did a hail hit your mouth and it dislodged your tooth?
I could literally take my tooth out and put it back in.
That's crazy.
Whenever
man.
I want to.
I'm not joking. We made fun of my my dentist, Brad, but do you need a dentist? Because he happens to be very good.
I went to the dentist, they glued it back in, and it fell out again. I was eating a chicken wing. Don't make a black joke.
You were eating one just now?
I was eating a chicken wing like 2 days ago at the house, and I bit into it, and then my tooth fell on the counter, and I was like, what's that? It was a tooth.
I mean, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
You're
sign from God.
eating a chicken wing is pretty mundane. Your teeth shouldn't fall out.
I know, and I've addressed this with dental professionals.
Well, I don't think you have. That's the problem.
And they put some what's it called? Epoxy?
Epoxy?
Yeah, when they put one thing and put something else on top of it, and they hit it with like a little blue light. It's supposed to lock it up.
Yeah.
And it didn't lock it up. But I really get after chicken wings.
How's your cousin, Jimmy?
Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. I found out that is not my cousin. I thought it was my cousin.
What? Well, wait, so what happened? Your cousin walked by.
No, I thought.
Then
it was
you
my
walked
cousin.
outside and you said, "Hey, what's up, cousin?" And the guy goes,
No,
"I don't know you."
No, I was like walking around, and then I asked Seth, "Did you see like a bald guy around?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's DJ Laz."
You thought DJ Laz was your cousin?
Yeah, because I have a cousin that's bald too.
Any bald guy is your cousin?
No.
Anybody bald related to you?
Because DJ Laz is very recognizable in Miami. We may be breaking news here because I'm not certain we should be talking about him being at the facility.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
He's got a limp. You know, he's the pimp with the limp.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't limp. Jimmy,
Nope.
he didn't limp.
Nope.
Jimmy,
Could have been someone else.
take off that wrist brace.
Put your tooth in. Jimmy, while you were gone, his tooth popped out. No joke.
No.
I took it out on purpose.
Jimmy, while you were gone, his tooth popped out again.
Wow.
That's called karma.
Yep, and it's a bitch.
Yeah.
Look at that little hand you got there.
All right. What else we got, Solana?
These last 18 minutes, I don't know what to make of them.
Shocking. Shocking. Crowder
Crowder's
still
tooth.
can't keep his teeth in his mouth. Jimmy thought he saw his cousin, left the show to go say, "What up, cuz?"
And
It wasn't his cousin. And it happened to be a famous DJ. Like, what is going on here?
Did you say that, like, maybe you had to tell him, Primo?
No, he was gone. Like he disappeared. I couldn't say hi to anybody.
Well, wait a second. I mean, DJ Laz can't get around that fast. He's got a limp.
That wasn't DJ Laz, Jimmy. I know DJ Laz. The guy that was taking a video of you, waving at you, was not DJ Laz.
And DJ Laz sprinted out of the studio?
What does your cousin do? Does he work on air conditioners? We have AC problems here at the studio.
No, he works at a car dealership.
Well, now it all adds up.
The Florida Panthers even the series with the Rangers 2-2 with a 3-2 overtime victory yesterday in Game 4. Game 5 will be tomorrow, 8 p.m. back in New York. We'll be having a watch party. Hawk is hosting a watch party tomorrow at Dave & Buster's if you want to come watch it with us.
My head is spinning. My head is spinning.
It's tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah.
Did you see Miho? Was it just Miho?
No, he was taller than Mijo.
All right.
There's so much to get to. Yesterday, Keith Pompey, who covers the Sixers for the Philadelphia Inquirer, reported that the Sixers are, quote, prepared to give Jimmy Butler a maximum salary extension if things align and he forces a trade out of Miami. He also added that the Sixers view Jimmy as a fallback option if they're unable to sign Paul George in free agency.
We'll do an actual Summer of Jimmy in the 4 o'clock hour because now this Jimmy Butler stuff is starting to heat up a little bit. There's a little percolation going on, if you will.
Caron Butler, by the way, it's not one Butler got an extension today from the Miami Heat, but it wasn't Jimmy Butler. He agreed to a new 4-year deal with the Heat to remain on Coach Spoelstra's assistant coaching staff. And then Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press, he reported per two sources that the Heat are also moving toward new contracts with Chris Quinn and Malik Allen. So Eric Spoelstra wants to retain his assistant coaching staff.
All right.
A former Heat assistant, coach legend
This is our
in the
guy.
NBA, David Fizdale. He's back, baby. He's returning to the Phoenix Suns. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, he will have a prominent assistant coaching role on Bud's staff. So he was
Also a prominent role on the ESPY stage if they were to win an ESPY.
And not win. Fizz is first up. Get out of here, Book. Move out the way, KD. This is my microphone.
Who's in Destiny's Child? Who was the worst one in Destiny's Child?
It's Kelly, Beyonce,
Kelly Rowland, Beyonce. Who was the third?
the other lady.
Right. That's what happened.
I think her name was Fizdale.
Wanda Fizdale. That's what happened. That's what happened in the ESPYs. People went to see a Destiny's Child concert, and Wanda Fizdale stole the microphone and sang every song.
Michelle Williams.
Is that who it was? Michelle Williams was the third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was David Fizdale taking the ESPYs mic.
Get out of here, Bill. They want to hear me.
Barry Jackson, by the way, just tweeted that, it looks like Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that the Clippers are determined to re-sign Paul George.
All right.
So,
well, there's the Sixers fallback, which you just said was Jimmy
right.
Butler.
Barry Jackson writes, with Woj reporting Clippers are determined to re-sign Paul George, who has been widely reported as the 76ers top choice with their max cap space this offseason. It will be fascinating to see if the Heat, if they call heat on Butler in weeks ahead. Speaking of the Sixers, they can
Here's
trade
some
as
of the
many as 3 first-rounders.
Texts that are coming in. Teeth flying out. Jimmy's fake cousin showing up. WTF. Somebody says, did I smoke too much or is this really happening? This is a good one. WTF is happening. Somebody says, that's how hitmen work, bro. You give them a signal and they go set up a perimeter. Goldbanger, best show. Nothing adds up. This show feels like a prank on listeners sometimes. This show is coming off the rails like Crowder's teeth. Please put this in the best of segments. Today's show could win an Emmy. Ask Jimmy if he sees a cat in the studio.
Nope, no cat.
Did you text
And
your cousin?
Len, our program director, says, I'm dying. I hope that has to do with the last segment.
I'm so damn silly. I can't fool with y'all, man.
T-Wolves avoid elimination. Game 5 will be back in Minnesota tomorrow. Bronny James is staying in the NBA. His college eligibility.
Whoa. So wait a second. He's not in the NBA. He's staying there?
in the NBA draft. Staying in the NBA draft.
Because of
his college eligibility.
Eligibility.
And Inter Miami plays versus Atlanta United tonight.
You're lucky a million things have already gone on this segment.
Blue. Hey, blue.
Yeah, keep doing that because your tooth is going to fly out. Leo Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets will all be available tonight. This could be Leo Messi's last game with Inter Miami, by the way, before he is going to miss substantial time away from the club because of international responsibilities.
All right.
Your weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7.
Laughing.
Because Jimmy doesn't know what his cousin looks like, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how
And he wasn't even that shocked that his cousin was just walking past the window in the studio. Like, not like the whole thing. Like, as someone texted in, nothing adds up. Like, it doesn't add up. Oh, there goes my cousin. Hey, cuz. Like, huh? I'm not at a family reunion. Like, nothing adds up.
And if you didn't see him when he was out there, why wouldn't you have just called him and been like, "Hey, I think I just saw you, right? Did I not just see you? But you don't seem like you want to call him, or do you know who your cousin is?"
He just texted me back. He was here. My cousin was here. That's why he was waving at me.
I mean, I could do the next 6 hours trying. So what happened? You walked outside and Steph told you it wasn't your cousin? How the hell would he know?
I don't know. He sees people walking around. So
But how would he know it's your cousin or not?
I don't know.
So you asked somebody else, is that my cousin?
No, because he's taking a picture and he just starts waving at me. So I think it's my cousin, and it was my cousin that was waving at me.
So you asked somebody else, was that your cousin?
No, I just asked if he saw someone that bald walking around, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's so and so." So I was thinking, okay, then maybe it wasn't him.
Okay. Now I get it a little bit. Now I see it going. Is that brace too tight, do you think, maybe?
It might be.
Is it?
Take that brace off.
Maybe just loosen it. Don't take it off, but maybe just loosen it.
If I do mispronounce my cousin's name, I do apologize.
Your cousin Nova.
I don't know.
That is your weather.